It's a little different conversation today with an election that's just happened. Right, Drew? Good morning.
Good morning, Drew.
Good morning. How's it going?
Great.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, it was a late night Tuesday and didn't get much sleep, and then woke up. And I like to say that I'm even about all the elections, but no, I was pretty excited about Tuesday. I'll admit it.
And when you talk about the thing that we've been talking about, crypto, that had an immediate impact on crypto.
Yeah, I know a couple things. Now, first off, we talked about last week about how businesses are owned by State Street, Vanguard, and BlackRock. Mm-hmm. I kind of forgot about this. My buddy who was listening to the segment last week, Jeff, so this is a shout out to Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
He texted me and said, you know what's interesting? I remember hearing about this a little bit ago. Guess who owns BlackRock?
Who?
Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street.
Oh, are you serious?
Who owns Vanguard? It's the same thing. Like all three companies own, and I just looked it up again. Yeah,
no kidding. So there's one big conglomerate.
So it's just like it's one big happy family there. But
it's not George Soros, is it?
I don't know. Well, he's the guy behind the scenes, kind of.
Yeah, right.
But no, a couple of other interesting things that you had all those polls. I think it's the end of polls because I don't know if you guys ever heard of Polymarket. It's a gambling betting site.
Oh yeah.
That it was so accurate. I mean, if you go through the whole election, if you want to know the truth of what's going on with all the news, follow the Polymarket. It's polymarket.com.
Yeah, right.
And I saw exactly what's going on. You turn on Fox or CNN, they're kind of doing a spin. They want you to think it's close. They want you to think what's going on. But then you go to Polymarket, it said that Trump was going to win 90% probability. And I was like, wait a second.
Goodness. Yeah.
So it was very interesting to see that there's markets to predict what's going to happen. So,
yeah, and these people didn't just have reputations on the line; they had money on the line, so they're going to get it right.
Oh yeah, I mean, even if you're a Trump supporter and you can make some money, like that's what they do.
Right.
I think the volume was over $1 billion. That's on these markets, and it is so. It's the most predictive of all the information you have right now. What's going to happen? And you can predict anything. So a couple things we could talk about, like what do we expect unique with the Trump economy? So I think he's going to do the no taxes on overtime.
Yeah, right.
Which I think would be awesome.
Yeah.
No taxes on tips. I think that would help waiters and waitresses. I think what he should do, we have a problem with people retiring and living longer today. People want to retire so early. We should have no federal income tax after 66.
I like that.
Keep people working until, I would work till I'm 75 then.
Oh, I see. On earned income.
Unearned income.
On earned income. Yeah.
Don't tax them. Let people work longer.
Wow.
And that would help the economy.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about social programs as much. People would want to work longer.
Wow.
Well, I know that he's not yet appointed his cabinet. Are you in the running?
Yeah, I was going to say we need to put you in a post there.
I sent him a letter.
I've never heard that idea before, but I like it a lot.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm going to send a handwritten letter and say I'm available. So
there you go.
See what happens.
Well, if you need a counter signature on it, Dave will sign anything.
Yeah. But make sure you tell him you're busy on Friday mornings. But
that's the first thing on the paragraph. Friday mornings is out of the conversation. Another thing.
Hey, dear Don, I already address the masses every Friday.
Another thing I think you got to look for the economy is America used to be a powerhouse when it comes to steel. And what happened was China took it over. If you look at the top 15 largest companies in the world of steel, 9 of them are from China. Is because we open up that global aspect of free markets of this globalist agenda, right?
Yeah.
I think Trump sold me on this, and I'm kind of agreeing that we should become, if another country tariffs and taxes our goods, we need to tax their goods. Trump loves tariffs.
Yeah.
And I think the Midwest would so much benefit from tariffs from China, so we can bring back manufacturing jobs.
Well, there were so many predictions during his first term that what he was doing from an economic standpoint was going to absolutely bury us, and it did exactly the opposite. So I imagine he's got some thoughts, some ideas, and some of them are tried and true. He's already done them, so just bringing them back.
Yeah, and he said in podcasts, he said, "I love tariffs."
Yeah.
Like just plainly said that.
Yeah.
And then he won like the teams, I think it was the Teamsters or one of those unions, 65% of them voted in their thing for Trump. And then that's why they did not endorse anybody this time around. So I think if he puts high tariffs, brings those jobs back, I kind of agree with that. I mean, you need to protect, and I think that's a Catholic perspective. You have jobs that you could provide for a family, high wage jobs. I think that's one of the ways to do it, especially if another country's taxing our goods and we're not taxing their goods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And another policy is that if you from another country and you want to open up a manufacturing plant in the U.S., then you get a tax break.
Yeah.
So it's all about jobs. And I think
there's a way to do it. You can be a foreign company, but doing business here, having your plant here, and then you get the benefit. I mean, come on. I think it makes sense to me. I'm not that bright, but it makes sense to me.
No, I agree. I think that's a populist movement. I think that's what American people would want. I don't think it benefits the, if you want to call them the elites or the ones who own a lot, because they would like more of the global economy.
Right.
But I think that's the way to go. And if I had to, I haven't taught econ in a year, so mostly finance course. If I had to teach an international trade course again, I would promote tariffs with the students. But
all right, well, I think, Dave, you've got the president's personal cell phone number, don't you?
Yeah, and the big question that's out there, and I know it's out there for me and for a lot of people, is wide lanes or narrow lanes in cutting the lawn there at the White House. It bothers me. We've gone through these very wide lanes, and I'm like, are we that lazy? Not at the White House. Let's go back to narrow lanes. You're really upsetting me, and I think he's going to fix that.
They're going to make that great again.
That's right.
Yeah, it's going
make
to
the
make
lawn
that
great
lawn
again.
great again. There you go.
I want
Thank
you guys.
Drew.
All right, here's the pattern. Do the presidential seal right on the cell phone. All right, thank you, Drew Blazsik, smartest man in the room as always. We'll be right back.